Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about our new chapter, and that is children and women sports. So children and women sports is a chapter which is a combination of two chapters, uh, children in sports as well as the women in sports. So in this chapter we have total six contents or six topics, three from children in sports and three from women in sports. So topics are motor development and factors affecting motor development, then exercise guidelines at different stages of growth and development, then common postural deformities and their corrective measures, where we talk about posture, correct sitting posture, correct standing posture, and correct walking posture. Then we talk about the advantages of posture, causes of bad posture. Now, in postural deformities, we have basically so many deformities like upper body or spine deformities and the lower body deformities. In upper body deformities, we talk about kyphosis, lordiosis, scoliosis, and the round shoulder. In lower limb deformities or lower body deformities, we talk about bow leg, knock knee, and flat foot. Now, these three topics are from children's sports. From women's sports, we talk about sports participation of women in India. Then special consideration like menarche, menopause, menstrual dysfunction, and pregnancy. Then we talk about female athlete traits where uh, osteoporosis, amenorrhea, and eating disorders are there. So, in this chapter, we talk about all these three topics from children's sports and next three topics from women's sports. Now, I just want to introduce or give you an introduction of this chapter. Now, growth and development is a part, or you can say, is an important part of life. In children, physical activity plays an important role for optimum growth and development. Motor development activities helps to attain all or full growth and development, where good posture plays important role in our development. Many times our growth and development may affect it if the posture is bad. Uh, but sometimes growth and development get hindered by postural deformities. And these deformities are like knock knee, flat foot, bow leg, round shoulder, scoliosis, kyphosis, and lordiosis. Now we talk about the women in sports. I just want to introduce about the women in sports topic. So women are equally important in society and have been talking about their importance or about their participation in the sports. Why? Because nowadays women are basically the active participants in sports. So the level of competition and the performance varies from country to country, culture to culture, and game to game. So I want to say the participation of women in sports depends on country to country or vary according to country, culture to culture, and a game to game. Now today in modern society has accepted the women's participation in sports competition, and it has risen to a great extent as compared in the past. So कहने का सेंस ये है कि पास्ट ईयर्स में वुमेन्स का पार्टिसिपेशन उतना ज़्यादा नहीं था, बट nowadays the participation is more, and women are basically actively participating all the physical activities as well as in the various competitions. So women, besides this, women undergo many physiological, psychological, and social changes, which have to be accepted in a positive way. And these physical, physiological, psychological, and social problems may definitely vary her performance. So, women who are involved in intense sports training are also likely to face many problems like female athlete trait, where in family athlete trait we talk about the osteoporosis, amenorrhea, and eating disorders. And eating disorders, we talk about bulimia nervosa and the anorexia nervosa. Now, this chapter helps to understand these physiological, psychological, and social aspects of women in sports. So, now we talk about our first topic, and first topic is motor development and factors affecting motor development. So, we talk about initially motor development. What is motor development? So, motor development is related to smooth and coordinative movement. Motor development refers to development of child bones, muscles, and the ability to move around the around and manipulate their environment. So, in fact, it is the combination of physical fitness, and we have five physical fitness components. These components are strength, speed, flexibility, endurance, and cognitive ability. So, along with the long or as well as the small muscles, it provides perfection in action and graceful movements where the movements are graceful. This is very important for children. Motor development in children is divided into two parts, like gross motor development and fine motor development. So first of all, we talk about the gross motor development. Gross motor development is basically it involves development of large or big muscles in child's body. These big muscles helps them to stand, sit, run, jump, etc., etc. Now, fine motor development, it involves development of small muscles, especially hands and the fingers in body. These muscles helps to do fine works like catching the ball, throwing, picking, kicking, dancing, balancing, skill perfection of writing, etc., etc. So motor development is of two types: gross motor development, where command over big muscles, and fine motor development, command over small muscles. Now, we have some specific factors which directly affect motor development, and these factors are as follows. First factor is parents and heredity. So, as children gets genes from parents, as heredity, thus motor development follows the same pattern as their parents. So, mean to say, जैसा पेरेंट्स का हेरिडिटी होगा, जैसे जीन्स होंगे, उसी पैटर्न पर किसी भी चिल्ड्रन या चाइल्ड के भी हेरिडिटी उसके अंदर आएगा और डेवलपमेंट मोटर डेवलपमेंट उस हेरिडिटी और जीन्स के अकॉर्डिंग होगा. The next point is nutrition. So nutrition plays a vital role over motor development because a lot of muscles involved in this motor development, and to strengthening the muscles or to give the nutrition of the muscles, proper nutrition is initially required, and nutrition is only get by the balanced diet. So nutritious food promotes good for motor development. Children become stronger and healthy with good diet, thus improving motor development. Next is immunization or your immune system. If mother and child both are immunized at proper time, it leads to good motor development. If child is not properly immunized, then his or her motor development may be or will be restricted. That is why when child is over, mean to say ki from birth to 5 years, so in these 5 years there is a vaccination schedule. So it will be given to all the children to avoid diseases or the illnesses. Then environment, definitely environment effect on motor development. if a person is living in clean, safe, and healthy or in natural environment, its health is good and motor development activities improves more. Then we have psychological feedback and the motivation. So initially, motivation is required for all. If a person is involved in the motor development activities, so proper motivation should be given to the children or to the child, because uh, because you can say children should be encouraged and motivated to perform physical activity by which motor development is improved. So child may be motivated by your positive words, and children try to do more better activities. Then we have a disability and a disease. So disease and disabilities are directly affect your motor development. Disabilities are basically the physical, you can say on physical term. So if a person is disabled, his or her motor activity will be restricted. But if a person is disease free, or he or she is not disabled, then his motor development will be in an accurate manner. So disability and disease affect motor development. It reduces perfection in motor skills, where healthy person gains faster motor development. Regular practice. With regular practice, motor development is improved and perform or development will be gained in a effective manner. So for every skill or any physical activity, a person should be regular in his activities. Then body weight also a big factor, or is basically hinder your motor development. Overweight and obese children has less motor development, whereas healthy child has more skill perfection, because excess weight creates lot of pressure on the muscles, and children is not able to perform more physical activities or motor development activities. Then mental ability. Mental state is very responsible for the motor development. Motor development depend on mental skills or maybe the mental level. The small children have less perfection as compared to the elder, adults one, because the mental state of child is comparatively low. Then next is gender difference. Definitely, gender difference varies your motor development, like male and female. Basically, male have stronger muscles, but on the same pattern, females have less muscles, so strength is less. But females have more flexibility in comparison to male. So gender difference may vary. There is a difference of motor development between boys and girls. Rest and relaxation. Uh, when regular practice is there, so in this particular format, when the person is regularly active in the training, at that particular time, proper rest and recovery phase should be introduced. So proper rest and relaxation should be considered. Otherwise, motor development is affected. Proper training. Uh, for motor development and skill perfection, proper coaching and proper training is required. So I want to say, if any individual perform motor activities or maybe the motor skills, he or she should perform under guidance of experts. Then safety measures. Safety measures should be considered to gain perfection in motor skills. Basically, safety measures protect you from further upcoming injuries. If you do not consider the safety measures, then there are lot of chances to get injured. So to avoid injuries or to prevent injuries, proper safety measures should be considered. Interest and attitude. Of course, interest and attitude of an individual directly relates to the learning skill, or maybe the motor development. If any player or any individual's interest and attitude is negative, then he or she cannot be able to learn the skills, or maybe his or her learning time or maybe the learning phase definitely increases. But on the same pattern, on the other side, if a person is very much interested and his or her attitude is very positive towards the learning concept, so he or she can easily learn, and in minimum possible time they can achieve their target, or the motor development as well as the skills may become perfect. Then multi activities. Besides this, I suggest some multiple activities, or maybe the recreational type of activities should be introduced in your training program. Suppose if your training program is of 6 days, meaning to say Monday to Saturday, so in first 4 day or first 5 day, you do your whatever your specified training, what you have scheduled. But in the last day, or maybe in the last 2 day, I recommend perform some recreational type of activities or some other multi activities. But to keep in mind, the activities are those type of activities which basically includes the same movements which you learned earlier. So recreational activities and multiple activities definitely release your boredom, and these activities create interest among the students. So regular multi and variety of exercise or variety of activities helps to develop motor skills in a specific or in a healthy manner. So children, these are the topics like motor development and factors affecting motor development. In my next video, I am going to talk about, or I will talk about the exercise guidelines at different stages of growth and development. So wait for my next video.